What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another week of Adam's Apples and Benji's Ballers here. We had an insane week too. I mean, I don't even know what that NFL Sunday was, but we had some picks last week of some players that we thought were going to perform well, and then we also went over, our week one ballers for the week. But Adam, I want to start with you. What's going into week three? Who do you want to sit here? Who do you want to start? I mean, let's get the ball rolling on Adam's apples here. Who do you got for your first apple?
So I mean, this is actually gonna be recapping week 2 from yesterday. But
Hmm.
either way, yeah, my first one was Brees Hall on my start list, and in fact, I had Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson on there. Garrett Wilson, he ended up having enough volume. He made it worthwhile. He had a solid enough game by the end. So that one I'm okay with. But I definitely got to recognize that I was wrong with Justin Fields and Brees Hall, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So apologies to everyone out there, but I did get quite a few right. So those are my first two, my blunders of the week, I call it. But you want to go on your first couple ballers?
Yeah, and talking about that Jets Bills game, I mean James Cook on the Bills offensive side of things, he ran for 2 touchdowns and 132 yards, absolutely, torching the Jets defense there, which is usually good with run defense, but that day the Jets just got obliterated on all sides of the football, defense, special teams, and offense. So that's going to be my first baller of the week. James Cook absolutely ran a show yesterday at East Rutherford. And then for my second baller of the week, I'm going to go with another running back. I'll mention two running backs here. Jonathan Taylor helping out the Colts. So their second straight W. You got to throw Daniel Jones maybe in the mix as well. There, he threw for 300 yards, a 300 burger there. And then this other running back I'll mention quickly as well is still Bijan Robinson. And while he didn't run for any touchdowns, he still had 143 yards, and he averaged 6.5 yards per carry. So
Beast.
still thinking a huge season for Bijan, and the Falcons, they get it done on Sunday Night Football, taking down the Vikings. I mean, Adam, any apples here next on the greener sides of things?
Like that on the greener side of things. Yeah. Next, I had James Conner. He didn't have quite an amazing performance, but he had a very good performance,
Hmm.
very startable performance. So if you listen to me there, you were happy with the results. Maybe the most important thing is he reclaimed the RB1 role. Trey Benson was still involved, but he was more involved in the receiving game. Whereas James Conner had over 10 carries. He didn't have a great yards per carry average, but he was able to get in the end zone, and he was also able to add a few receptions. So James Conner, if you listen to me, yeah, solid start. And yeah, tune in next week, next Sunday for more of them. But next baller for you, Ben.
Yeah, and I mean, talking about that Arizona Cardinals game and Carolina Panthers game here, Bryce Young actually competed quite well. Made it interesting towards the end of the game on a tough opponent being the Arizona Cardinals with a sneaky secondary, containing, uh, you know, a plethora of players in that secondary that they added through the draft, like Will Johnson, for example. But Bryce Young threw 300 yards here for 3 touchdowns, getting it done against that defense, like I've said before. And
Almost came back.
yeah, and two other quarterbacks I'll throw in the mix here. While I mentioned QB Bryce Young is, I'll go to this Dallas Cowboys Giants game here. Both quarterbacks throwing for over 300 yards, but Russell Wilson with a 450 bomb, absolutely torched the Cowboys defense. And then Dak still throwing for 361. I believe he did well against the Giants pass defense too. And then on the receiver side of things for the Giants offense, I have Malik Neighbors as another Benji's baller for the week because he caught 167 yards for 2 touchdowns. And even Wandale Robinson, top 5 in receiving yards this week with over 100 there. So yeah,
Yeah,
plenty of ballers from that Giants Cowboys game.
yeah, that was honestly Wandale Robinson. Kind of, he like did his best Randy Moss impression. It was impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Malik Neighbors. That was the guy I had in my top 5 or top 6 wide receiver rankings. Some people were trying to tell me to push him down a little bit after off week 1, but I stuck with my guns. And anyone who started him, and honestly, he's a must start. So if you didn't
Yep.
start Malik Neighbors, get your head checked, basically. But yeah, he balled out.
Yeah,
Awesome to see.
and one more quarterback I forgot to mention real quickly here is Jared Goff. 5 touchdowns for 334 yards, and Amon-Ra caught 3 of those. I mean, just really quickly, what did you see from that Detroit game as well, Adam? I mean, they absolutely obliterated the Bears.
Yeah, Amon-Ra St. Brown. Here, come on, Johnny. Amon-Ra just look, he's had a legacy game. Not that he doesn't have these performances on a regular basis, but 3 touchdowns, about 150 yards basically.
115, yeah.
115, yeah. I had him in a guillotine league, and him combined with Tucker Kraft, I was instantly safe, and instantly just be able to relax the rest of the week and just enjoy the games. So yeah. Amon-Ra, he's a stud. He's a first round guy every single year for a reason. But moving into my next. I had to make a Buka on the start list, so we're still gonna have to wait and see on that one. But my deep league start of the week was Kayshon Boutte, and you were instantly rewarded. He did end up only having the 1 catch, which was very confusing after he had a 6 catch, 103 yard, 1 touchdown performance in week 1. But either way, he started the game with a touchdown. You were rewarded with about 8, 9, just under 10 points. So if you're in a position in a deep league where you had to play him, you were very, very happy with that. And yeah, so I'll do a little 2-pack here. This was a guy on my sit list. I had Michael Pittman on my sit list. Johnny, come here. Johnny, come here. Sorry about that.
All good.
I don't know. I turned up my gain, so hopefully it's blocking out more of the barking, but he was really good yesterday morning. But Michael Pittman versus the Denver defense. I didn't really see Pat Surtain going out with injury, so that was that was a big reason I had him on the sit list. But either way, with that Denver defense, he was definitely a guy that you wanted to leave on your bench. And if you listen to me, yeah, you were very happy to have him on your bench and not in your starting lineup. How about you? Next baller?
Yeah, I mean, this time it's going to be on the defensive side of the ball. I mean, we obviously saw Baltimore absolutely crush the Cleveland Browns this past Sunday, actually yesterday. So I'm going to give this one to Roquan Smith. He currently leads the Ravens in tackles. He had 15 tackles. So yeah, shout out to Roquan Smith, veteran pass rushing presence there on the Baltimore defensive side of things. Are there anything are you looking forward to this week as far as good apples, bad apples? You want to get to that, next Sunday before the pregame shows?
Yeah, I don't have anything for next Sunday yet. I'll still be tallying all the results from this week and getting it ready for next week. But
all right, yeah. So then if you want to move into the Tampa Bay Houston game that's actually going on currently as we speak, I mean, what are you expecting out of tonight from Baker Mayfield, Igbuka, Mike Evans there on the Tampa Bay side of things, and then Houston still could make this interesting with quarterback CJ Stroud, and do you see Derek Stingley having a bounce back week after having some trouble against Devontae Adams and the Rams last week?
Yeah, that's honestly that was. I make a Buka. I still had on my start list, so it's going to boil down to Stingley's going to be either stuck to him most of the game, or it's going to be Mike Evans. I think it's going to be kind of a 50-50, so I think they can both still have a good game. However, I think just the Texans pass rush is just very solid. So for that reason, that's why I had Baker Mayfield. That was one of my final sits. So I actually benched him in one of my leagues for Justin Fields. So I can't say I'm the most happy about those results, but there's a very, very small chance that I could still come out on top if the right things happen in this game. But I'll just get right into my game prediction. I got the Bucks winning. Come up with a final score. Bucks. It's going to be a defensive game. Texans have a really good pass rush. Buccaneers are solid defensively. I wouldn't necessarily say stellar. But I know I said 23-20 when we were doing last week's game, but so I'll go 27-20, Buccaneers winning. I could see it going a little bit lower scoring, but yeah, I'll go 27-20. How about you, Ben?
I'm going to take the Bucks as well here. I still think they can ride along from their, good season last year. I've said this throughout the offseason that they should have had a better year than they had last year. Like I said, I still think CJ Stroud and the Texans can keep it interesting. I'm not counting them out at all, but I agree. I'm going to take Tampa in this one. I got them winning 20-17 here. Yeah, and then tonight's a doubleheader. So we also have the Chargers and the Las Vegas Raiders, AFC West division matchup here on Monday Night Football. Do you see Justin Herbert and the Chargers going 2-0 after just beating the Chiefs? I mean, that was a pretty impressive game that we saw them last in Brazil. And then now we have Ashton Genty and Geno Smith being led by Pete Carroll. So yeah, what do you think about the other game tonight?
Yeah, I got Chargers going 2-0. I do think it's probably gonna be a closer game than some people expect. The Raiders kind of surprised everyone and were able to win in week 1. Defense looks solid. Geno threw for over 300 yards, and I saw some quotes where he says he's kind of finally found a home. He didn't feel like he was at home in Seattle. So honestly, power to him. I'm happy for him, and I hope he has a good next few seasons for the Raiders. Raiders fans and Las Vegas fans deserve it. It's been a while since the Raiders have had a really good team. So I think we could be looking at, like, honestly, a dogfight tonight, just because the divisional ones are always so tough to predict. Also, as we were making those Buccaneers predictions, Texans, I believe, just scored a touchdown. It's now it's 6-0 Texans right now. So
who scored?
I think Nico Collins, because I just had it flash that Nico Collins has more yards this week than he had all of last game already.
Oh, so okay. So there you go. He was probably the one that caught that tutty. Yeah.
Yeah, that or he had like all the yards on the drive. But either way, yeah, Nico Collins is already balling, and then they just hit the extra point. So 7-0 Texans right now. But final score for the Chargers and Raiders. Let's see. I do think this is going to be another. I'll go. I'm gonna go a little bit higher scoring. I was thinking the same. I think the Chargers defense is good. The Raiders is solid, but I just feel like it's gonna, like I said earlier, a dogfight. I'm gonna go 30-21. Chargers winning.
All right. I'm going to pick the Chargers as well. I'm not trying to make this boring here, ladies and gentlemen, but I do have, Los Angeles taking this one as well. But yeah, like we've said before, it's a divisional game, so it could really go either way. I feel like every single divisional game in the NFL always goes down, to the wire, unless you're the Jets, playing the Bills. But I think tonight will be a showdown of the running backs as well, with Ashton Genty. Marion Hampton is still looking for his first touchdown as a Charger, so be on the lookout for both of those two tonight. We've heard all off season with Pete Carroll trying to use Genty as that kind of Marshawn Lynch. Do we see Genty explode tonight in his first primetime game? They're definitely going to want to give him a bunch of looks. And then I also think the other key to tonight's game between the Chargers and the Raiders is that defensive front. On the Chargers, you have Khalil Mack and a bunch of other supporting cast around that defensive line, like Derwin James still playing. So, I think the Chargers defense is a little bit better, like you said, but I'm going to take the Chargers as well. I'm going to take them. Let's call it 34-24. They'll win by multiple scores.
24. Okay. Yeah, over 30. One other X factor I'll add in there is Brock Bowers. I don't think he's still questionable to play. I think he's going to play. But for anyone who's still got Brock Bowers, just be ready, sitting there waiting for the news, and then go pick up his backup as soon as you can, Michael Mayer. In fact, I'm in that position in one league where Brock Bowers can still win me the matchup, but I'm projected to win by like half a point. So I'm going to be scrambling to go pick up Michael Mayer and hope someone doesn't somehow snipe me if that comes to fruition. So thank you so much for joining us for this episode 2 of Adam's Apples and Benji's Ballers. And I think we're just going to keep on doing this where we do our little pregame predictions as well. Probably won't have, I don't know the next time we have 2 Monday night games, but thank you so much. And unless you have any final words, Ben?
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Catch you guys on the next one.
All right. Later.
Bye-bye.